everybody, welcome back to the Daily Dive. Today we're sitting down with Johnathan More, whom is CEO of Starr Peak Exploration, a junior exploration firm focused on the Abitibi region of Quebec, near the Ontario border. Hey Johnathan, welcome to the Dive.
Thank you, good to be here, thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What's the 2-minute elevator pitch for Starr Peak?
Starr Peak has been an aggressive venture that we commenced roughly about a year ago. We were very interested in Amex's recent discovery, as we were all early investors in Amex Exploration when they first started. We saw the opportunity. When we first got involved, there was a lot of smoke in the area in terms of success, and then where there's smoke, there's always fire. So we aggressively started acquiring land. The first parcel was one adjoining and adjacent to their Perron discovery directly to the east. However, that wasn't enough for us, so we continued, and it was a hard feat to do, but we managed to strike a deal and acquire the past-producing Normetal mine, which was the whole reason why Amex got into the area to begin with. So with this mine that we purchased and some other land also further to the east, we've managed to create a 3D model from historic drilling work, historic production, and also, all the data that Amex had, that has been made public. And we've really created an opportunity here where we have a very good opportunity for our shareholders to play in something which I believe risk is minimized from the historic production and the data, and also the explorational upside, that we've seen with what Amex has been able to accomplish. So our drilling, we're fully budgeted, fully permitted. It's a 20,000 meter program that we are budgeted for. We're going to start in stages. The first stages are just going into known zones and being able to give our investors a chance of huge upside with minimized risk. This whole area was drilled previously by a number of majors. There's been a lot of drilling data that has come into this play, and they were all drilling it as a VMS style deposit. What Amex did is they were confident that there was something in this land. Like I made reference earlier to where there's smoke, there's fire. So their geologists were smart enough to come back into the area and say, look, this isn't a VMS. So they basically drilled in a complete opposite spot to what all these majors were drilling. So instead of going to the gravity lows, they went into the gravity highs. And lo and behold, they make a massive discovery. So really what we see along this Abitibi greenstone belt is Amex's, change of direction of drilling and where to go has created a huge opportunity for the rest of the people on this belt. And that's where we're strategically situated. With Amex's success, we're going to follow in terms of their geology. Now, there are geologists at Amex, Laurentia Exploration, who I'm thrilled with. These guys know their stuff, very professional, very good. You're responsible for the discovery for Amex. They're also our geologists. So we have the same teams more or less working these projects that are adjoining each other. So I've got all of the expertise and data from their geologists working on our property when we're drilling. And that's an important thing to realize because they know the geology. So I want the public to know that.
You recently announced a drill program. Can you explain the strategy for the program?
Sure. So we have completed 2 rounds of institutional funding. We're fully funded now for, I think we've budgeted for 20,000 meters of total drilling. Our first initial program that we have announced will be for 5,000 meters just to start, and we'll keep upping it from there on in. But I think the most logical spot to look for would be the boundary line between Amex and Starr Peak. Amex is drilling within 1,000 meters of our boundary. So it's a very easy zone to go in would be right on that boundary line and follow that trend and strike from, where Amex is drilling. However, because of our acquisition of that past producing mine, we have a ton of historical drill data as they have mined over 10 million tons of copper, zinc, silver. And the excitement here is that when they were all producing from that mine, they never assayed for gold because gold was, $20 an ounce to I think $80 an ounce during that time. So we know the system is charged with gold from the Amex discovery. So our first holes that we're going to be putting in are into known areas where there's known mineralization. So there's historical drilling. So the drill targets, the exploration nature of them is actually, it's not very explorational. It's more, let's go back and drill where we know where we're going to hit some good mineralization. Let's put the first few holes in there, get the market buzzing with some good results, which we're very confident on. And then we can step out and do the huge upside, which will be the explorational side near the Amex discovery.
Can you speak to your investor base?
Yes, we're a very, management and insiders own a very large portion of this company. I believe we're roughly sitting somewhere near 35 to 40%. We also have good following from some institutions that were also early investors in Amex, and they see a similarity to this thing. It's kind of Amex 2.0. We're not reinventing the wheel here. So they saw opportunity. They like the area. They can see this actually being a very big kind of area play. So we did 2 rounds, one at 150, one at $2 recently. There was 4 major institutions that came in, names that are known to all of us. And so in essence, we're probably sitting on a good 70% to 75% of stock that we know where it is. Our current share price at about $2 Canadian. I have been as high as I think 295 back a few months ago. And it's funny because I'm a far better company today than I was a few months ago because I have more data and I've got all the money now and we're ready to get the drills turning. So it's very exciting.
Care to offer a price prediction where you see gold heading over the near term?
I think really I'm very bullish on gold. We've been in this for well over a year in terms of looking at gold assets and other personal investments. I think the public should realize is that the move to gold by a bunch of people in the mining space, this was all done pre-COVID, and what COVID has done with the tragicness of all the deaths and despair that it's created across the globe, the factors and the economic fallout from COVID really were not factored into our decision to be going into the gold market to begin with. So that's an important thing for everyone to realize. What COVID has done is it's given us this extra padding. We have all this fiscal stimulus coming into play. We have economic uncertainty, bankruptcies coming. I mean, it's a circus out there, and I think it's going to get even worse in terms of just the economic fallout from COVID. However, the move to gold, I look at cycles. I think we're really on the second to third inning of this cycle for gold and other metals for that matter. I look at it more as a Canadian dollar price. So, you look at gold's currently sitting around, what are we, just a little bit shy of 1,800. Well, that's a lot of dollars in Canadian. That's what, 2,300 Canadian. The area that we're in right now in Quebec is one of the cheapest areas to operate, probably globally. It's very easy access, year-round drilling, infrastructure's in place. So, I mean, we're going to be drilling at 160 to 170 Canadian all in. That's also with assays and lab reports. So you can't get much cheaper than that. So I'm not really, even with gold price right now, if you can't make it happen with this current gold price at sub 1,800, then you're doing something wrong. But I would say, I'm never a good price projector because you're just setting yourself up for being wrong in the future. But I really see gold next year taking a pretty good jump in years to come. But I don't think 2,500 to 3,000 gold over the next 12 to 24 months is out of the question.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Johnathan.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
And for our viewers at home, don't forget to like and click subscribe. I'll see you next time on The Dive.